Hello, you're listening to Beyond Borders podcast. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode. I'm your host, Neil Howard. We're going to be speaking with CEO and President of TRU Group, Mr. Ben Juson. He's been working extremely hard, worked odd jobs until he found a career in the outsourcing industry. And from there on, his career just grew until he founded his own BPO firm. And he's here to tell us about himself and about the services that TRU Group offers. Thank you so much, Ben, for joining us.
Thank you so much. It's actually my pleasure.
As far as your professional background, did you go to college? Do you have some experience in the BPO industry? I mentioned that you'd worked odd jobs until you found a career in this industry, but was this something that you were going toward or something that you fell into?
It was actually an accident, I never went to college, never got a degree. I switched jobs from various industries, from insurance, mostly in sales and customer service related roles, until I found a company that says, okay, even if you don't have a college degree, we'll train you for customer service, international call center. I said, what the hell is this? Well, as long as it brings food to my table, then let me see. And from there on, I saw that the industry was really good. And it gave me it paved the way for me to actually have a direction.
What was it about the outsourcing industry that was the main draw for you?
Well, at first, obviously, it was just, something to earn a living. Along the way, I realized that outsourcing is not just any other business. It's out there. It evolved. No one actually created it per se. For me, the concept of outsourcing is actually a partnership. Your BPO firm or the outsourcing industry was not created to take away jobs or whatnot. It's evolved somehow and made it look that way. But in reality, the concept of outsourcing is to augment the needs of a company out there that may have a job or a task that they want not get rid of, but basically have someone else or delegate someone else to do it at a lesser cost so that they can focus on their core business. And that's basically where my journey began as a businessman. I used to be a call center agent in the early 2000s during the recession in the United States. We got a lot of clients that had some they were affected, obviously. And unfortunately, the outsourcing of call centers and other type of jobs was mostly monopolized, not 100%, of course, mostly monopolized by big companies, corporations. Mm-hmm. And they kept asking me, where do you think we can go? Mm-hmm. So during that time, I said, there's a market. There's this bunch of people, small to medium scale businesses, or sometimes they are not really small scale, but kind of big already. But their outsourcing needs is not just that big. Mm-hmm. So big BPO companies are not taking them in. I mean, it's peanuts for them, so they won't even lift a finger. At that point, I said, where would these people go? So I thought, hey, why don't I try to set up on my own and see where it goes? My goal is actually to, I really didn't thought it would grow into a corporation. It was just myself and my laptop when I started out. And I thought primarily just to give assistance to them. I didn't really thought at first to that it will boom and it will become a bigger corporation like it is now.
It has. It certainly has grown. Talk about some of the solutions that TRU Group offers to clients as far as front office solutions, back end solutions. How can a client benefit from TRU Group?
Our approach, I guess, is a bit different from the other BPOs. We want to sit down and really listen to what the customer needs. And with our expertise and experience in the field, somehow a business owner, they thought it's this thing that they need, But after talking to them and digesting what's really going on with their business, we were able to identify, now this is what you need. So there's like a tweak in what the processes they wanted to explore and outsource. So that's what we start off with. We identify, we really take the time to sit down with our clients and then find out if outsourcing is really suited for them. It's not all about profit for us. Now, once we've identified what that is, or what process in their business that is feasible to be outsourced, then that's a time that we design or propose a solution on how we will operate it and whatnot. And then they'll review it, we work it out together with the client until we come up with a final solution.
Mm-hmm.
That includes the rates, obviously. When you come up with a service or an operational transaction or the steps or processes, obviously the cost goes along with it. So we work out the cost with our client. We're very transparent. So that's what our clients can expect, or prospects. And then once we've gotten that sorted out, we implement what we designed together. But we don't stop there. We know that we've been experts in this field because we've been doing it for so long. However, we still realize that there will always be these areas of improvement. Every business is unique one way or the other. So it's best that after we implement, we always take an approach of business process improvement. That way we are able to identify what are the things that we may have done wrong, or how we can improve the processes and the service further, so that at the end of the day, bottom line is we were able to contribute to the growth of our client. So from the front end or back office side of your processes, you're assured that that's our commitment.
How often does a prospect know exactly what they want and what they need? And how often does that knowledge or supposed knowledge coincide with what you were prepared to offer them? Or do you assess every single client regardless of how confident they are with their knowledge of their outsourcing needs?
If you ask me, the best person who actually knows their business is the business owner. We don't actually want to step on someone else's toes, especially if they're very much confident not this is what we need. So based on what they need, we just design something. But along the way, if we assess, if we feel that there's something amiss, then we use our experience to guide them through. We don't make them feel like nah, you don't know anything at all. We try to make it a partnership. It's like, let's work on it together. But again, if they know everything, like recently we've just closed a very big deal. It's a huge e-commerce company. Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to to divulge the name, but it's a very well-known global e-commerce company that outsources. Thanks. It's just 300 agents that they require. For them, that's small. And they've got all the processes and steps laid down even before we've talked to them. They just wanted to know, hey, can you do this? And what's your rate? So we gave everything that they needed. And then they said, can you do a trial? I said, sure, fine. But of course, what are the KPIs that we need to meet in that trial? And we were able to successfully achieve those KPIs. And for them, 300 is a small piece of their business, and they couldn't get a big BPO to handle it. So they said, look, it's a very good thing that we found you, because there's really not much BPOs out there that focuses on small to medium outsourcing needs. Even though they're big, they were shunned away by one of the biggest BPO companies out there.
Wow.
So I said, well, here you're very much welcome. And since you know everything, not a problem at all. We'll just follow your lead, and we'll give all the feedback to you and everything that we may have in our system, so that you can use it for your decision making if there's some changes that needs to be done. We're pretty much flexible from someone who needs guidance to someone who knows what they need. Well, we're there with them to work it out.
What is the takeaway that you'd like our listeners to focus on tonight? And then give us some contact information where we can get in touch with you and learn more about your business.
Thank you so much. At the end of the day, our business is here to help your business grow. That's the reason why our slogan is because together we can. Because we always believe that outsourcing is a partnership between the service provider and the business owner. And if you're in the same mindset as I am, that it's a partnership, then please, we would like to hear and explore what you are wanting to outsource and come up with a solution together. You can contact us at inquiry@onetrugroup.com. That's ONETRU group.com. And one of our business development specialists will definitely reply ASAP and set up a meeting to discuss your concerns.
Ben, I appreciate your time joining us here on the Beyond Borders podcast. Hopefully we'll talk some more as your company continues to grow.
Thank you so much. It's actually my pleasure.
You've been listening to the Beyond Borders podcast. I'm your host, Neil Howard, speaking with Ben Juson, CEO and President of TRU Group. Learn more at verticalinternetmedia.com and learn more about our BPO services at outsourcingfit.com.